What's up, humans, and welcome to another Psicoactivo on Friday. Just so you know, Dr. Celestino Piotti's interview will drop later today. It is currently being translated. It already has subtitles, the one in Spanish. They're automated, so they're not perfect, but that's the best we can get right now. So I hope you enjoy it. We spoke about a lot of different, really interesting aspects of the case of the mummies. He made some measurements of the mummy Paloma, and he discovered some really confusing stuff about this one. He claims it's closer to the little beings that are 60 centimeters based on the craniometry measurements. And he went detail by detail on every angle he made, because at simple glance, Mummy Paloma seems like a human. Her cranium seems at first glance very much like one of us, but it's not. When he made the measurements, his mind was blown, and mine was too. So I'm hoping you guys can feel the same way I did when I was speaking to Dr. Piotti. And I want to thank Dr. Piotti for his openness. We're going to continue collaborating together, so you can expect more from him. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I think we need to cover today. One of them is very recent from today. It was Matt Laslo at Ask A Pol. You know, he's always on the beat with Congress people talking about UAP, and he recently interviewed Representative Burlison, who already has a pretty cool relationship with him. So he opens up to Matt pretty well. The title that Laslo decided to use was, there's a lot of key people that will have Trump's ear that are all for UAP disclosure. That's something that I've been talking about for a while now, because the alleged cabinet that he's putting together has multiple UAP friendly people in it. We're talking about John Ratcliffe, who's going to run the CIA. We're talking about Marco Rubio, who's going to be the Secretary of State. We're talking about Vivek, who's been very open about a UAP. He's even spoken to Grush. The only one that doesn't fit there, and he's not part of the cabinet, but he's like on Trump's ear, is Elon Musk. And I do got to say about Elon Musk, I think that he has a lot of contracts that are currently still running from multiple countries. So if he were to speak up about the UAP issue, that would jeopardize all of those contracts. So I get why he's always like, I see no evidence of aliens, but I can guarantee you guys, on the very first moment that he gets a chance, he's the one who's going to try and break the story, through Twitter. I can almost see it happening, that he's the one who's going to go like, we're not alone or something like that. Because I don't buy it that he doesn't know anything. He should know. He's a money guy. Besides everything he does, he's the richest man in the world. People tell him stuff, so he knows. Plus, he has ties with Tim Taylor, so he knows. But yeah, this is what Burlison told Matt Laslo about the new cabinet and his overall reaction to the hearing. So here it is.
Good.
Hey, how'd that hearing go last week?
Weren't you there?
Yeah, but I want you.
I thought it was good. We got more witnesses to come forward. They all have very reputable backgrounds.
Yeah.
I think that adds, it underscores what has already been said by Grush and some of the other, the pilots that testified.
Do you think we got anything new there? Any new leads on where?
I'm going to pour over the documents that were released from the Immaculate Constellation.
Yeah.
But like in just first blush, it appears that there's nothing new.
Yeah.
But other than the fact that you're getting a report that is supposedly being done by somebody in the Pentagon.
In the new year, where does this investigation go? Or is it going to be working with the Trump administration?
I think the Trump administration is going to be very transparent. I think that the disclosure is the name of the game when it comes to Trump. He's already talked about the Kennedy files, making all of it released. He's talked about getting the Jeffrey Epstein list out there. So I think that you got Matt Gaetz now as the AG. You've got Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. There's a lot of key people that will have Trump's ear that are all for UAP disclosure.
How much control do you think the Attorney General's office would have over something like this? Because it's so siloed.
Well, Gaetz, for example, would be the one that would prosecute a whistleblower, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody...
Gaetz might also lock my ass up. First chance he gets. Me and my colleagues.
No, he wouldn't.
Depends on the day of the week. He's always loved my drug coverage, but always hated my Daily Beast coverage of his sexual dalliances.
I'll stay out of that.
Right. Wise man.
Yeah,
Wise man.
good to see you.
Hey, good to see you as well.
It's very clear that people, especially Republicans, are very confident on what President Trump might do in 2025 in terms of disclosure. And if he does confirm that cabinet, especially Ratcliffe at the CIA and Rubio as a Secretary of State, those are like the strongest people that could really help the topic move forward. And again, I do have to keep repeating myself here because I know how divided the country is, the US. I have no horse in the race at all. I am nonpartisan. I am from Mexico. I don't care what you feel about Republicans or Democrats. I don't care what you feel about Biden, Trump, Harris. I only care if people do positive things in the name of disclosure or revealing what we're dealing with. And so far, I know a lot of people have their doubts about Trump disclosing anything. I spoke to Michael Ian Black. He told me he doesn't think it's going to happen. A good strategy would be probably to maybe try and tell him that he's going to gain something out of it. And I think he will if he did disclosure. So that's a good way to convince him. And I agree. But until we see actual action, we won't know. So we're going to just have to sit back and wait and just see it all play out, see how it goes. I am confident on John Ratcliffe's being appointed to the CIA, but that is not going to come without any trouble because historically, we know that the CIA and other three-letter agencies have some rogue elements inside that are going to do everything in their power to prevent this. So this is going to be a tug of war, and we'll be right there to see it happening, whatever they manage to show us or whatever spills, because they're going to try and keep it in the down low. That's going to be hard. So earlier today, I was on the live stream watching Clint Weldon from the night shift and Xander Jones, who is part of his team. They had both Chris Sharp and Liberty Wing, the YouTube channel that was taken down that I reported on yesterday. He has a new YouTube channel. He's been uploading videos. I'm going to leave it in the description so you can subscribe. He's been doing some really impressive work, and he gave us some really interesting insights into what happened. I'm not going to play video. I'm going to leave it in the description, but well into about an hour and a half past the start of the stream, he started talking about two men who approached him when he was filming. And they asked, "Why are you filming?" And he was like, "I'm just documenting. It's not illegal." And they told him, "We would rather you didn't." They were really polite about it. And he was like, "The more eyes on this, I think, the better." And they just backed off. They were like, "Okay, continue." When Clint asked him what accent these guys had, he said American. And they were like really there. This guy told Clint that they were already parked by where he was near there. And he just realized that they had been parked for a while there before he got there. That was really interesting. And he also was asked by Chris Sharp if the police cars that approached him, because police cars approached him, were either local state police or the MOD. And this guy said they were the MOD. So something weird is going on. There are still incursions happening today. He showed a video that was sent to him of a triangle over these areas now. We don't have just orbs now. We have triangles there. And I did put up a tweet after a video that I'm going to show you right now. So the tweet that I put up was from an article that I wrote. I was covering the war beat about 2 years ago when I was with Marca. I was like their go-to war reporter for when the conflict between Russia and Ukraine started. So I was doing a lot of stuff. I was investigating a lot of stuff. And there was a parade in China where they showed this drone that looks really, really interesting. It is a triangle. It is unmanned. And if I'm not saying this is a Chinese drone, but I've heard already people who know about this stuff, especially, let me give you an example. Harold Malmgren, who used to be a presidential advisor for 4 different presidents. I saw Matthew Pines talking to Jesse about him, where he told him that when the Cold War was about to break out, like the nuclear war, he was one of the key figures who prevented nuclear war. So he's that important. He knows pretty much everything about the government. And he's been talking about China potentially breaking some type of new science or new propulsion. Maybe they already have. And some of the bigwigs in the UFO topic who are linked to the government have been changing their tune as well. They started initially saying that it was impossible for us to have, us humans, not the US government, humans, to have this technology. But now they don't close the window. Even George Knapp was like, that's possible that we have. And I was really surprised to see how they pivoted to that's impossible to maybe. And that is startling. Also, keep in mind, Schellenberger did mention ARVs on his reporting of Immaculate Constellation. That was also worth noting. So if these are drones, they're really fast, they're unmanned. We don't know who made them yet. There are options. They think it's either Russia or China. If they are triangles, there's a possibility it's this one that I showed you guys. But yeah, that was really interesting. A triangle.
Now I think the lights do give it the appearance like it's a triangle. But, okay, so now it looks like a more like a green light, the bottom one. But it could be that the red and the green one might be the main wing, and the white one might be the tail, of like a standard plane configuration, potentially. But there's not really any way of telling because it's so dark. But the weird thing for me is that there's no flashing lights on it at all. So, who knows? Now the red and the green lights could potentially be the end of the wings, and then the white one on the tail. But it's weird that it's like that because it gives it a triangle a look to it. But nothing's flashing on it at all. Yeah. It's just too dark, you just can't make it out like any what the shape is. Definite drone with props in it. So whether it's some sort of surveillance drone or just a plane keeping an eye on things, just don't know.
I know you guys are gonna start going like TR3B. We can't go there, really. We don't have enough evidence to claim that. I know some of you will, because this is one of the most fascinating urban legends in ufology, these triangles. There are so many videos that have been debunked. And by the way, when I'm talking about debunking, a lot of people are just, even I've been guilty of it, just posting stuff that we think is legit or see that is compelling. But think about this, though. Given how advanced photo edition is right now and AI and all this stuff, there is absolutely no way of knowing when something is legit and then someone appears and creates a fake rendition of the same legit stuff and says, no, this is fake because I found this, but maybe they just created it after the video. I think that is going to keep happening. So we cannot rely so much on video anymore. Unless it's like a live stream or something, photos and videos are really off the table now, because even if it's real, it wouldn't take more than 20 minutes to come up with something exactly like that. So you can claim, see, this is a rendering of that, therefore it's fake. You know what I mean? So we're pretty much doomed. I already did a video months ago about this, because AI has gotten eerily real. And it's just going to take longer to vet this stuff. We will have to go to the source code of the image and check whether it was created through an editing software or some AI tool. But that's going to take longer. It's not impossible, but it will take longer. So there's that in terms of the debunking aspect. When you see someone going like, yeah, there's already a model there, it's AI, you can't even trust that. You can't trust either side. So it's impossible, you know? So there's that. From the incursions, they keep happening in the UK. They keep happening in the US. Most of them are orbs or lights. Some of them are lanterns. Some of them are AI. These triangles that just appeared today, those are really scary to me, because if they are these Chinese drones, it means that they're not UFOs. And that's why the governments have been saying they're drones. They know what they are. And that means a foreign country is spying on US facilities as tensions rise. So, man, I really wish it was the most outlandish stuff, aliens or whatever, because the more realistic option is really scary. I'm sure you agree. But let's see how this plays out. For now, the incursions will keep happening. And for now, I am done with today's video on this. Let me know what you think in the comments about Representative Burlison's statements about Trump and about these triangles that just appeared over the UK. What do you think these are? I want to get your opinion on this. And let me know what you think about these incursions that keep happening, and this Liberty Wing fellow who said that Americans approached him to tell him to stop filming, but they weren't really aggressive or anything. When he said no, they just backed off. What do you think about that? Who do you think those were? Were those men in black? Were they CIA? Who knows? If you like the content you see, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for that. That's helping the channel keep growing, so thank you. You can also hit the bell icon so you can check when a new video drops every time. If you want to support the channel in any other way, first of all, thank you. I'm going to leave links in the description so you can get yourself something, support the channel through donations, or get something for the podcast. I have a wish list there on Amazon. So thank you for the help. And without further ado, I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye.